This is the shortest review I probably will ever do. It's a review on Death Note. Okay, now if you haven't seen or heard of Death Note by now, and you're an anime fan, you should be ashamed of yourself. It's like not hearing about Naruto or Pokemon. It's like impossible. So, I'm not going to really go over Death Note, except I will say this. It's very good. It's amazing. And what it's commented on for most is that like it doesn't have to resort to violence to have a good plot and to create drama. So in other words, it doesn't need violence to be good. It's all intellectual. Sometimes you would think like, why don't you just hire like an assassin or a killer? Sometimes they should have done that. And there's a couple scenes of violence, but most of the part is just intellectual. It's like a game of chess. Obviously, people have complained on the ending. So if you have not heard of Death Note or seen it, you should be ashamed of yourself because it's really good, okay? Like, I was late in the game and I didn't watch it until, like, later. So I was kind of ashamed of myself, personally. I was like, wow, I should have watched this earlier. I watched it in, like, the whole series in, like, a day. So if you have not seen it, I would suggest you would not listen to the rest of this review, quote-unquote, because this isn't really going to be a review. It's going to be on the morality of Death Note. Now, I'm doing this because the first time I really wanted to do a review was when I looked up a Death Note review, and the person didn't say anything about the morality in Death Note or talk about the ending, the two most talked about subjects in the series. That's like what an anime fan will talk about. They'll be like, are you on Light's side or L's side? And what did you think of the ending? Like, that's the questions they ask each other all the time. So this might get a little confusing, so I'm really sorry. I tried breaking it down a little bit, but there's so many ideas just going through my head, so I'll write it on the side if it's that confusing. I think people will get it. So, first, we must define what is good and what is bad. Anything you do that affects someone else negatively is bad. Anything you do that affects someone positively is good. Anything you do that neither harms nor helps the person is neutral. Morality is laws set in order to ensure people do good. Society has got morality all wrong, though. Anything bad is described as wrong, anything good is described as right, and anything neutral is described as okay. Murder can be either technically bad or more good than bad. Bad in the case of killing an innocent person, bad and good in the case of killing a wrongdoer who will not mend and will continue his/her ways. Now let's describe what Kira was doing. Kira was killing criminals and anyone who got in his way. He killed criminals, a rapist, Ray Pember, and his wife, and L. Obviously, killing the criminals and the rapist was more good than bad. Although they were someone's dad, uncle, brother, husband, in other words, someone's loved one, they could no longer kill or rape a person who is also someone's loved one. Therefore, this killing is more good than bad because Light is saving more people than he's harming. However, if one of the criminals Light killed was wrongly accused or would have mended their ways, then the action of killing these specific criminals was wrong. But what about killing all the innocent people who stood in his way? Those were all obviously wrong. However, why did those people stand in his way? Because they thought killing was entirely wrong? Their intention was to defend a falsehood, so I disliked them from the start. However, I also disliked Light because his intention was to become the god of a new world he would create. Although he said he wanted to make the world a better place and cleanse it, that's just a bunch of bullshit justification for his true intentions. Actions determine the outcome. Intentions dictate how you feel about someone. In the end, outcome is all that matters. If someone tried to hurt you, but ended up helping